Hi there, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the FDU Softball Report right here exclusively on FDUnights.com. Jon Lauder, along with the head coach of the FDU softball team, Candi Letts. Coach, how are you?
Good, Jonathan. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. 5 games since we last spoke. We'll briefly talk about the first 3, then we'll get to the real good games against Wagner. But you did play Army this past week, and then also you had a doubleheader against CCSU. Obviously some tough games, but some good play as well. Just some thoughts on those 3 games first.
Yeah, it was good to get out and play at Army, even though we did not play as good as we could have, but it was just getting out and getting some feels, getting some reps at the plate. Exactly. So it was good just to play. And then going into conference at CCSU, we played them the best we've ever played them. We hit the ball hard. They have a very good pitcher. So, we're moving forward, doing good things, trying to get better every day that we play. And that carried over into the Wagner series, which is always tough to play Wagner. They're a team that I wouldn't want to play down the stretch because they swing the bat so well and they can sneak up on anybody and get a good game out of them. So, I'm good with where we are. We just got to continue to get better. The more games we play, the better we'll get.
Now, one quick question also about CCSU. What makes Messina so tough to play against? You mentioned much more contact this time around, but what makes her so difficult?
Well, I think the fact that they have a mindset. They went to the NCAAs a couple years ago, so they have high expectations. They know where they want to be, and they have that experience of postseason play, and you can't replace that. And they still have a majority of those players back, and so they're playing at a very high level.
Now, Wagner, both 2-1 wins, tremendous performances in both games for Meg Reiner, who was sort of struggling a little bit. How big was that for her to have those 2 performances?
Oh, I think it's huge. And actually, Megan threw a pretty good game against a good hitting team at Central, too. But she really came through when she had to. She had some strikeouts both games, and her walks have cut down significantly from the very first games of our season. So just getting on the mound and competing is what we need to do. And we've only played 15, 16 games, and so the more she pitches, just like our other pitchers, the better outcome she'll have.
Now, Maddie Weiland, already 4 home runs this year. How impressed have you been with her continued growth?
Well, Maddie's she's just a ball player that every coach wants on their team. She not only hits the ball well and is our leadoff batter, but she calls all the games. She's done a fantastic job, and the pitchers are very comfortable throwing to her. She's very conscious of where she's at all the time on the field, and she gives us an opportunity to get on base anytime she's up to plate.
Now, question for the whole team. How much of a difference can you see in them from game 1 to 16? Obviously, you guys have missed so many games because of weather and other issues. How much of a difference can you see in the team now?
Oh, yeah, the chemistry is starting to really blend in really nice, and from the first game out to now, we're hitting the ball pretty darn well considering the lack of opponents that we've played, but our hitting has actually been pretty good. Our defense is now finally getting a groove, picking up the pace, getting a good rhythm, and our pitchers are getting a good rhythm with the defense, so it's starting to come together. We just need to play.
Now, even as the calendar turns to April, the annoying weather still will not go away, looking like rain on Friday. What's our update with LIU Brooklyn?
Well, as far as now, we really tried to get the games played tomorrow, which is going to be a beautiful day, but it just didn't work out. But we're still scheduled for Friday as of right now because that's on the schedule until Friday gets here. But the weather is just going to be a huge determiner. If we get the rain that they say we're going to get Thursday night going into Friday, it won't be good.
So we'll get an update on that later on. Please make sure FDUnights.com, that's the place to be. You know that. You'll get all your updates on schedule changes. And obviously, you've got games coming up on the 12th and the 14th here as well. So the games will come. We just don't know when quite yet. So make sure you stay tuned to FDUnights.com, and you'll get all your information on scheduling and everything else to do with the FDU softball team.